Publishing.
Football, while it is a reckoning to individuals, is a bounty for a platoon. The game brings communities together because of one name that shines bright on the front of the jersey. The spirit of team colors, mascots, cheerleaders, and all that comes with the strange fascination that we have with the warrior-spirited game pumps life into a community. Some towns even hang their hat on their football team. Love it or hate it, America is obsessed with football.
Grisham to the 30, to the 25, barrels over a defender. This is going to be Wall running right side, trying to keep it himself. You're looking for a block for Matthews. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. It is touchdown time in Texas. 25, 20, 15. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas for Tyler Grisham.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Sweetie Pies by Karen, Howe Mercantile, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Kiri's Coffee Company.
3-yard touchdown for Tyler Grisham. And the Bulldogs regain the lead.
Howe Bulldog football is also brought to you in part by Douglas Propane, Buck Snort Barbecue, Abby's Restaurant, Attorney Micah Belden, and the Howe Athletic Booster Club.
Howe, your Bulldogs are by-district champions again, back-to-back years.
Now let's go live to the stadium with Monty Walker and Michael Mosier.
Well, Michael, what a game we're going to have tonight. The starting quarterback for Pilot Point apparently is out. It is the 34th meeting of all time between Howe and Pilot Point. The Bearcats lead the overall series 19 wins to 13-1 going back to the first game in 1935, where Howe won that initial game back then right here at Bulldog Stadium 32-0. I don't imagine it looked anything like it does now, Michael, but a 32-0 win started this series by Howe, and here we are 557 points later for the Bulldogs. 33 games later, and Pilot Point and Howe have not met since 1999. It's been quite a while since these two teams met, but it wasn't that long ago, it seems like, where they were going against each other in the playoffs. Seems like every year in the 80s and in the 90s.
They were pretty popular back in the 80s and 90s, and it seems like it's been forever.
It is senior night here tonight. A lot of the seniors are being introduced. Seth Seabolt right now being introduced in front of the home crowd, and his family is with him, and all of the seniors are going through this. It's an emotional night here, as some of these guys like Seth have played here since they were in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and this is the last night that they will ever play here at Bulldog Stadium, barring some kind of crazy playoff scenario, which has happened before. Very unlikely, but never say never. The Howe Bulldogs right in the thick of things in the playoff hunt right now, sitting at 1-2 in district action. Pilot Point at 2-1. Pottsboro, of course, undefeated, and Van Alstyne just ahead at 2-1. But a win tonight, Howe's basically in the playoffs. Howe, even with the loss tonight, would have to have some crazy things happen in order to be eliminated in the playoffs. But let's not worry about that. Let's get the win tonight, right?
Right, let's get the win tonight. I read those scenarios. Let's get the win tonight.
There's a whole lot of crazy scenarios out there that we just really don't want to deal with. It's senior night, and hey, there's one great thing about this night tonight: the white roses. White roses, not red somehow tonight. I don't know how that happened, but thanks to Angie Liss, she got white roses, I guess.
She showed up with a cake box.
Oh, cupcakes. Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah, don't let
We're going to take a quick time out because she's got cupcakes, and we're going to grab one here in just a moment. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football action. Right now, we'll have the coaches show and the senior spotlight coming up in just a moment.
The Howe Church of Christ is inviting all local veterans to attend a special Veterans Day breakfast to be held on Saturday morning, November at 8 a.m. A breakfast speech and special presentation will take place throughout the Veterans Day breakfast. Plan to attend and notify the Howe Church of Christ at 903-532-6441. The Howe Church of Christ wants to thank all veterans for your service. A word from Douglas Propane.
I've been in the industry for 21 years. The other day I got a call from a elderly lady on the side of the highway that wanted to thank me because one of my technicians stopped and changed her tire for her. The service goes so much further than beyond propane. It's the mentality of staff. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
And now it's time for the Douglas Propane Howe Bulldogs Head Coaches Show with Zach Hudson.
Coach, last week, big win versus Whitesboro, a good football team, and basically it seemed like that's the way you drew it up when you started this ball control offense, controlling it for 34 minutes of the game, running 71 plays to their 37. Is that what you had in mind? Is that kind of the perfect night for what you want to do?
It is. We started off a little slow on defense. The offense was able to take the ball and drive down the field. And what they do is takes any momentum away that they might get off of a touchdown. We put 8, 9, 10 play drives together. It takes any kind of momentum that they might have away and puts it back on our side. And I thought we control the momentum all night long. That's what helps, is when the offense hangs on to that ball for some long drives. And Van Alstyne kind of did it to us, and we never could get that momentum against VA, but this one we never lost the momentum. It might not have been high sometimes, but we always had it, it seemed like. But it was a good football team. It was a really good football team. They play a lot of good people, so they're recognized. It's just one of those games where you got to fight till the bitter end.
Now, we've got 70 new homes in Howe. About 15 of those garages are starting to fill up. A lot of people asking questions about your football program, about athletics in general. I'll give you a little bit of a chance to sell the program here in Howe.
Well, it's a great place to be. It's, a lot of our players here, are longtime Howe people. About half of them are, and they love it here. You see a lot of them come back and things like that. But it's the athletic program here. We're competitive in everything, and last year every major team sport but one made the playoffs, and so there's always that that chance of success here. And you still get the small town feel, where the coaches are still at church with you and things of that nature. So that's what kind of makes it nice about small towns. And where we're located, all our games are close, and it makes a lot of things a lot easier and nice.
Let's talk about the future a little bit. Apparently there's been some success at the JV and 8th grade level too.
It has. JV's lost 2 games. They're going to, this will be their last game of the year. Calsburg doesn't have a JV, so they've only lost 2. They're a great football team. They're kind of, them and the 7th graders are getting decimated by injuries right now, and it's just, you never quite know, who's going to win the game. Lately, they kind of got the short end of the stick, but then you turn around, they're going to win 2 in a row. So it's one of those teams, very competitive. As those groups get in high school in this town, you need other classes to help out, and so that 8th grade class, along with those freshmen and 7th graders, they'll all mesh very well as they get into high school. And it's kind of what we've seen since I've been here for 4 years is, you see a whole lot more success when they all mesh together and they're not separated anymore. And they play well together because they all know each other. They all get along. So, of course, our 7th graders just had another major injury this past week. And so it's one of those things where, it's in 7th grade football, you need everybody. And they're minus about 3 of their key players. But they're hanging in there, and it's competitive, and it's fun to watch. And I tell everybody, I said, if we can give people their money's worth, they're going to come back. And so, you got to be competitive. You got to play hard, play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Don't embarrass anybody. And they do that. And so I'm proud of them for that.
Let's take a quick time out, and we'll hear from Douglas Propane.
They came out exactly the day and time that they said they would be here. And they sent out a young fellow by the name of Barry, who was a really nice guy, very helpful, and taking care of some issues for us. And everybody that I've dealt with up there were really good to do business with, and I've enjoyed that.
Coach, Pilot Point tonight, traditional powerhouse in North Texas, have been for many, many years. They are young. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
Oh, they're going to play fast. They're going to play hard. We're kind of all in the same boat right now. You don't want to lose to anybody, and no matter who it is. So we're all in the same boat. They are young, but they've gotten better throughout the entire year. Everybody kind of got thrown off by that Munster score, but they had a lot of young kids. They've changed positions of a couple of kids, and it's really helped them out. And their quarterback has come on and to play very well, and their running back. So, I think you're going to see a little faster style of offense he did against Whitesboro. Probably more like VA did a little bit, but everybody has their different styles and things like that. But it's hopefully our offense do the same thing and kind of cram it down their throat a little bit and hang on to that football and make them panic. But every time we win that ball control and battles, usually pretty good for us.
If you win, you're basically in the playoffs. Is that emphasized to your players, or is it just a typical week here?
It's known. I don't want to sit there and emphasize it because our expectation is just to be in the playoffs. So, I don't want to sit around and say, we got to win this to get in, because we should be in, and we're going to play good enough to get in, and that's the expectation. So that's, us stressing that is not stress, because it is to play good enough to get in. So, it's another week, but there's a different climate right now, and it's time to play, and those kids haven't had to do that, as you get in the district and all that. They haven't had to play for 5 games straight and take a beating in every single game and have to get their bodies recovered. Now they're having to, and I think they've kind of figured it out. And they're just going to have to play and have to show up every day to practice and get after it and get better. And that's what it's going to take to get in the playoffs in this district.
Senior night tonight, last time that a lot of these kids will play on this very field where they grew up playing. Some of them even in kindergarten started playing on this field. It's an emotional night, I'm sure, for some of them. Can it be a distraction being senior night? I've
never had it being a distraction. I think homecoming sometimes gets to be a distraction, and just because there are girls around and the teenagers. I think senior night is kind of, I think it's worse on the parents than it is the kids. The kids don't realize it for a couple of years, but it's not much of a distraction, and we don't treat it like it's a distraction, and we go about our business and stay on schedule. So.
Last thing, keys to victory tonight.
Hold on to football. No stupid turnovers. Get off the field on third down. We got off the field 89% last game on third down, which was the biggest key to the game defensively for us. And so we got to get off the field on third down and hang on to football. Put those 10, 12-play drives together. And try to win that special teams battle. They're going to have some cats back there that can run, and we got to win the special teams battle.
You've been listening to the Douglas Propane Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Zach Hudson.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. And hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome to the Senior Spotlight, where each week
This week we're joined with senior Brent Masters. And Brent, what are you involved with outside of football?
I play basketball, I run track, and involved in a church at First Baptist Sherman.
So what do you do in track?
I run the 100, the 200, and generally the sprint relay. Sometimes I do the long jump also.
So what's your fastest time in the 100 so far?
About an 11:1.
That's scooting pretty good. What about basketball?
I play point guard mainly.
And
Clay Marshall and Bryce Honecker, and I think Winston Moss is too.
So you were talking about track a moment ago and running some pretty fast times. There's somebody else in your family that runs some pretty good times in the track, and talk about that.
Bethany does a real good job. She works hard at it. She runs a lot of the longer events. She runs the 300 hurdles. She's run the 800 before, and she's done well in that. She's real good at running the 400, and the mile relay she's always managed to come from behind, chase people down, and bring the team to a better place than they had been. And she did well in cross country this year until she had a minor injury with her foot.
Now, she's your sister, and what year is she?
She's a sophomore this year.
All right, let's talk a little bit about football. And earlier in the year, you was it a dislocated shoulder?
Yes, I dislocated the humerus in my left shoulder.
But your doctor didn't think that was humerus, huh?
No, he didn't. I didn't really either. So,
so you made your way back. Now, I guess the bad part is early on in the year you were averaging about 8 yards a carry, and the first three games of the week, and then you had the injury. You got back against Van Alstyne, and they just kind of slowly worked you back in, right?
Yes, sir. First game I wasn't feeling as good, especially regarding blocking. I felt back to normal against Whitesboro.
Well, and I guess you felt normal running the football too, because you averaged about 8 yards a carry, a little over 8 yards a carry against Whitesboro as well. Do you feel more comfortable and back at ease now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now you've kind of the offense has kind of gotten the situation where you're controlling the football and you're dominating defenses by staying out on the field. Is that something that you're going to have to do tonight against Pilot Point, just to just try to keep their offense off the field?
Absolutely, they have a good offense, especially if their quarterback number one, who suffered probably a concussion in his last game against Pottsboro. If he's there, we'll definitely have to keep him off the field since he's got quite a bit of speed and a decent arm.
What do you think the key is to win this game tonight? And obviously knowing that if you win tonight, you clinch the playoffs. Basically, I don't think you mathematically wrap it up, but if you win tonight, you certainly set yourself up in great shape to be in the playoffs. And how much does that mean to you guys?
That means a ton to us. What we're going to have to do tonight to win the game is we're going to have to get to the second level blocking. We're going to have to finish runs, and we're going to have to jump out at the very beginning of the game and not have a lull. He's a real good coach. He's turned this program around from where it was from 2-win seasons, I think, even to a program that's in the playoffs every year, competing, going a few rounds deep, and hopefully even more this year.
What about Dale West? What kind of coach is he?
He's a great coach. He's added a great offense that's huge on the ground and scores a lot of points.
All right, this has been the Senior Spotlight with Senior Brent Masters. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football in just a moment.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Well, here we go, Michael Mosier. We are getting closer to kickoff time here at Bulldog Stadium. It is the last game of the year, barring some kind of crazy playoff scenario, which has happened here before. It's been 27 years or so. But it doesn't appear likely that Howe would flip for home, although crazier things have happened in the past. The referees tonight from the Commerce chapter. The referee is Robert Milton, the back judge, Swede Ladd, the umpire, Ronald Hogue, the line judge, Mike Lipsy, and the head linesman, Cody McAree. They are from the Commerce chapter. The Pilot Point Bearcats, I believe, are in their tunnel. If not, yet they are in their tunnel, and they're about to make their way out on the field, minus their starting quarterback tonight. They are walking slowly, and apparently are getting ready to run through. As here they come. A loud horn from across the way. The Pilot Point Bearcats in the white tops, black pants, and black helmets. It appears to be black numbers outlined in orange here at Bulldog Stadium. The home team, Howe Bulldogs, in your customary black tops, black pants, black helmets, white numbers, and white sleeves. It's a very sleek look for your Howe Bulldogs, a good look. And apparently they're not ready. They're still doing their stretching and doing their run-throughs down in the end zone. We're not ready for them to make their appearance officially on the field. There is a large victory line as now they enter the tunnel. There's a massive victory line with kids as Coach Steve Simmons has them right behind the tunnel, and now the cheerleaders come out in front of the tunnel. And the Bulldogs will make their way through. They're in the north end zone on the near side and just about ready to come out of that big Bulldog tunnel. The Pilot Point Bearcats already on the other side, lined up, ready for the national anthem, just waiting on the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, that's the senior moms out there as well, is it not?
I believe it is, as it is senior night, and we've gone through all of the senior moments and stuff like that. The parade of seniors on the field with their parents, and the Bulldogs are moving that tunnel around pretty good as they're moving inside there, and here come the Howe Bulldogs. The smoke on the field right in front of the Bulldog head, and here they come.
And here comes the Bulldogs.
Led out by Brandon Wall, along with Zach Daniels, Andrew Griffin, Richard Sloan. And we're about ready for the coin toss. Perhaps we'll have the national anthem and the prayer before that. As mentioned a moment ago, it is the 34th meeting between Howe and Pilot Point. They haven't met since 1999. And that was the year A. Clinton was going through impeachment. And we got some strange news today about another Clinton, but we won't go there. We'll just leave it with Howe Bulldog football. As the captains making their way out on the field, Tyler Grisham, Matt Griffin, Cooper Akins, and it looks like Mike Helpenstell will meet the captains from Pilot Point at the center field stripe. Again, the quarterback for Pilot Point is out tonight. Took a hit last week against Pottsboro. Also, Watson, the great quarterback from Pottsboro, he's not playing tonight. So it was really rough with Pilot Point and Pottsboro a week ago. There was fisticuffs that took place at the end of the game, and both quarterbacks were knocked out. It was just a terrible situation over there. Parents were threatened of being arrested as they were going on the field a week ago. And just an insane moment with Pilot Point and Pottsboro, and having effects a week later, as Howe has won the toss and has elected to defer. So they will defend the south end zone, and the Pilot Point Bearcats put their backs to the north end zone, and they'll receive the ball moving left to right to start this football game this evening. And now we're just about ready for the prayer and the national anthem.
We will have a moment of prayer followed by the national anthem played by the Bulldogs.
And you can probably hear Roger Tidwell.
Today, I pray that this game is clean and fair and nobody gets hurt. I pray that you watch over both teams, and I pray that you watch over everyone as they travel home. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Football time in Texas for the last time at Bulldog Stadium in 2016. And it ought to be a barn burner tonight, as they all are in District 5 3A. Division 1, there's not a week off, as all teams are completely competitive and nearly equal. Whitesboro, we saw a week ago, a really good, dangerous football team. Howe really just won because they kept the ball away from them.
Right.
Howe ran the ball 71 plays compared to Whitesboro's 37, and that's the difference in the football game, because Whitesboro, when they got it, scored fast. They're really good, but they just couldn't get it enough.
Right.
And I think it appears that the Howe Bulldogs are going to have to use that same strategy in every game from here on out, as long as they want to keep playing.
Yeah, they do.
So here comes the Bulldogs.
Number 15, Bryce Honecker, preparing to kick off.
Moving up right to left, kicking from right to left, Honecker from the 40. And we'll see that now Pilot Point is dangerous on return, so it's going to be a pooch kick. Fair catch called for. It's going to be dropped. It picked up on the near side and finally strung out of bounds for Pilot Point is Reagan Goches. It was the quarterback, Coy Holman, who tried to call for the fair catch, but he couldn't catch it.
Cade Courtney, Mason Ridge in on the stop.
Andrew Griffin and Cade Courtney in on the stop.
So Pilot Point will start from their own, what do you see, 18-yard line?
Yeah, 18.
And we are underway. And let me get rid of the pregame up here. As Pilot Point comes out, moving left to right. Shotgun formation. Handoff left side, brought down after flags are down. Only a couple of yards there, up to the 20.
Yeah, we had movement, but I don't know if it was on Pilot Point side or how.
Handoff taken by number 12, Ty Hellman.
It was a handoff to the running back, Ty Hellman, who comes in with 74 carries, 327 yards on the season, 4.42 average. 7 touchdowns on the year. It's going to be against Howe,
5-yard penalty.
which will mark the ball up
against
to
the
about the
Bulldogs.
23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 now from the 23 after the penalty. Shotgun, Holman drops back, looks right, throws, and it's going to be caught and brought down close to the first down marker at the 29-yard line. And on the catch for Pilot Point is Rance Kinney. Kinney, his 17th catch of the year, comes in with 187 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. It's a first down.
Dylan Monroe and Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop.
Again, Holman in at quarterback as Quincy Kemp, their starting quarterback who makes things go, not able to play tonight. Concussion symptoms a week ago. Here's a trap for the left side, and the Dogs don't fall for it. And it'll only be a gain of 1 up to the 30-yard line as Ty Harvey was there to make the initial contact, which will bring up 2nd down and 9.
Ty Harvey leading the defensive charge.
What that was a quarter. It was basically a trap. Everything moved one way, and they reversed it back the other way. 2nd down and 9. 2 receivers near side, and this is going to be Holman pitching out to Hellman, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and long coming up.
Mike Heffenstall in on the stop.
So I don't know how many times we're going to say Holman tosses to Hellman, but we're going to have to figure that one out. Flag down.
Like offside.
Offsides against
the call
Howe.
against the Bulldogs. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So 2nd down, instead of being 3rd down and long, it'll be 2nd down and about midway from the 35. And this will be a handoff. Coming near side, Hellman, he has a first down. They'll spot the ball outside of the 40 to about the 44-yard line.
Mike Heffenstall in on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Very costly penalties, as this drive should probably already be over, but Pilot Point still driving. Toss up the middle, and right there to knock him down immediately is Hartsfield right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Andrew Griffin is well in on the stop.
No gain on the
So what that play was a turnaround. It looked like a toss sweep, but he tossed it and went straight up the middle, like a toss trap up the middle. So 2nd down and 10 coming up. 3 receivers near side. And this is going to be the give and go, but it's going to be the going the other way with Hellman. And he'll be brought down as the Bulldogs sniff it out after 1 yard up to the 45-yard line. A lot of tricky moves and a lot of misdirection on that play, but the Bulldogs played it straight on the far side and only allowed for 1 yard up to the 45-yard line.
Good open field tackle by Ty Harvey.
So 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. 9:28 on the first quarter clock. We're just underway here in the final home game at Bulldog Stadium in 2016. Split out wide near side is Kinney, and looking for him. Rolling out, Holman down the field, throws it in. It's intercepted by Seabolt. He's coming near side to the 50. Looking for a block, a flag down, 45. At the 40, 35, and is going to be knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Seabold with another pick in 2016. Let's check the flag. It's usually a blocking infraction after the interception, and it appears that's what it'll be, but obviously Seabolt's interception will hold true. And this again, you have to remember, Pilot Point playing their backup quarterback tonight with Kemp out with concussion-like symptoms, and that plays dividends right there for the Howe Bulldogs.
Rance Kinney run him out of bounds.
So Howe will start with 9:06 on the clock. They're going to move it back to about where Seabolt picked it off at the 41-yard line. Chop block on Howe. So Howe will start at their own 41, moving right to left towards the north end zone. 1st and 10. 3-man front so far for Pilot Point. We'll see if they move into a 4. They will move into a 5. 6-man front. Man in motion, handoff, first man through Matthews. has about 5 yards up to the 46-yard line.
Carrying for the Dogs. Gain of 5 on the play.
Colt Galloway and Jacob Pitts made the stop for Bearcats.
Jaden Matthews came in tonight with 146 carries, 904 yards, and a 6.19 average. He gets 5 right there. 10 touchdowns on the year for Matthews. His longest so far in 2016 has been 66 yards. This is going to be a toss. Right side, Masters. He's got speed. He's got the 50, and he's going to be flung down near the first down marker at about the 49-yard line inside Pilot Point territory.
Colt Galloway made the stop for the Bearcats. You know, Monty, I think Michael Walker has to be wearing one of the tallest neck rolls I've ever seen.
Walkers do that. Love those neck rolls.
It's like the top of his head.
1st and 10. They'll call it a first with Masters. And this is going to be a handoff. Grisham, first time tonight. He'll kind of sputter his way through for maybe 2 to the 47-yard line.
Grisham, number 25.
Zach Devereaux and Jacob Pitts in on the stop.
Grisham comes in tonight, 115 carries on the year, 720 yards, 13 touchdowns. His longest is 61, and he has a 6.26 yard per carry average. So far in 2016, he got 2 right there. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Wall goes under center. Handoff. Masters coming near side. Trying to find a little bit of a seam. Is going to be pushed back after getting to the 43-yard line.
Brett Masters, number 17.
Cody Binion and Jacob Pitts in on the stop.
7:15 on the first quarter clock. We are just underway, and we are already looking at the 6th play of the drive for Howe. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Brandon Wall will not be the punter tonight. I'm told it's going to be Jaden Matthews. 2 men in the backfield. And now Masters goes in motion. Handoff right side Matthews. Going to be close to a first down at the 40-yard line, but just a bit short, but enough to go for it here as the Riverboat Gambler. This is perfect distance for him. Right at the 40, needing a yard. 4th and about a yard coming up at the Pilot Point 40-yard line.
Yeah, you know he's going to go here.
Seth Seabolt will bring the play in. Tim Help and still Connor Jackson on the left side of the line. Now Chase Harvey breaks the huddle. Everybody tight. Wall goes under center. Masters in motion. Wall's going to keep it, trying to get the first down, and he does. He's got the 35-yard line, dragging a couple of defenders to the 30 and to the 29-yard line. A great run by Wall to pick up the first down.
Colt Galloway and Carson Biggs in on the stop.
11-yard run gives Howe a new set of downs with 6:09 on the clock.
Carson Blagg, I'm sorry.
First quarter action. Howe starting to knock on the door a little bit here. This is going to be a handoff. Grisham, and he'll roll right to the right side and gain maybe 2.
Looked like he was tripped up by 72 and maybe his own man.
9th play of the drive coming up. Howe's facing a 2nd down and 7. 5:39 on the clock. This drive started with 9:06 on the first quarter clock. Pilot Point playing a 6-man front so far, not able to stop Howe. Here's Grisham left side, and he will be caught from behind and brought down after about maybe a yard or 2.
Number 25 carrying for the Dogs.
Zach Devereaux for the Bearcats made the stop.
Ball spotted at the 20. What do you call that? 22-yard line?
Yeah, 20, almost 23.
So 5 yards somehow there for Grisham, and it's 3rd and a long 3. Again, plenty of room, 4-down territory to pick this up after what Howe's been doing so far. Handoff, left side, Grisham. He's got some room, and he bear cross forward for a first down, or not quite. It's going to be, it's going to be a first down. They'll mark it just outside the 15 to the 16-yard line. Give Grisham 6 yards as Howe hits the 10-play mark. Seabolt brings in the play. 4:40 and 4:39 on the clock. Seabolt, the swing man, comes near side. And a handoff left side. And that's going to be Grisham. And he'll this time not sputter, but he'll just kind of mow over a few people for about 9 yards. Spotted at the 6-yard line.
Brought down at the
Reed Riney
pilot point.
in on the stop for the Bearcats.
And this is just grind and grind and grind. 12th play of the drive coming up right here. Wall goes under center. Masters on the reverse. He's going to be close, right about the 1-yard line. There was a good seam over the right guard on that on that reverse. It's more like a trap. It's not a reverse, but it's a trap. And Masters had just enough to get to the 1. And we're looking at a 13-play drive right here. 60. Well, no, not yet. Matthews brought down in the backfield. That's going to be a loss back to the 4.
Matthews, number 5, lost.
Taylor Barrett made the stop for Bearcats.
Not normal for the Bulldogs to go backwards, but they did right there. Back 3 yards. 3rd and goal coming up from the 4. Harvey will bring the play in. They're actually spotted at the 3, a loss of 2. Wall under center, left side. Grisham pushing men over, fighting, trying to get in. I'm not sure he got in. Yes, he did. It's touchdown time in Texas. Grisham, his 14th touchdown of the year, puts Howe on top on senior night at Bulldog Stadium with 3:12 left to go in the first. 6-0 awaiting the PAT. So Honecker will come on for the PAT. Brennan Ross to hold. Snaps back, it's good. And the kick is also good. 7-0. Your Howe Bulldogs in the lead here at Bulldog Stadium. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
All Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Also, after tonight's ball.
Holy moly, Michael Mosier.
Junior high
13 plays, 49 yards, took 5 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock, and Howe scores and leads early 7-0 here at Bulldog Stadium.
That's old school football the Bulldog way.
That is quite impressive.
Yes, it is.
Honecker's pooch kick goes to the other side now. It's going to be fair, caught at about the 26-yard line, and that is going to be someone that we do not have on the Pilot Point roster.
Reed Riney.
Oh, Riney. I thought it was 30. Okay. Riney. So Pilot Point now starts with most of the first quarter gone since they've touched the ball. 5 minutes and 53 seconds on the drive for Howe. Leaves 3:12 here in the first. And they'll start 1st and 10 left to right from the 26-yard line. Shotgun formation. Man in motion. Now they'll bring Hellman across from the left, or from right to left rather, and he'll gain maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Andrew Griffin and Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop.
Looks like a yard up to the 27-yard line. 2nd down and 9 coming up as the Bulldog defense is playing well so far. Give credit to Seabolt setting up that touchdown with the interception that gave Howe their first possession of the game, which led to that 13-play drive and Howe's first points of the night. Holman goes under center this time and hands off from one side to the other, the motion man, and that will be on the carry. Roy Brown, as he came in motion from left to right, took the handoff as he went behind Holman, and he's going to gain probably about 6 yards up to the 33-yard line.
Andrew Griffin, Brennan Ross in on the stop.
So 3rd and about 4 coming up for Pilot Point as they bring a lot of fans to Bulldog Stadium as they normally do. Not the fan section that they had in the 80s and the early 90s, obviously. Not when you're 2-6, but still a pretty good black and orange crowd. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, and that's Hellman trying to find yardage. It's going to be close to a first down right at about the 37-yard line. That's going to be very close.
It says Seabolt made a stop for the Bulldogs.
So they will call it a first down. They'll move the sticks, and Pilot Point gets a fresh set of downs at the 37-yard line. Moving left to right here with 1:44 and rolling on the clock at Bulldog Stadium. First quarter action. Kinney's going to be split out wide to the right, but they'll hand off up the middle and met hard at the 35-yard line.
Dylan Moreau and Mike Heppenstall in on the stop.
Boy, Moreau just put the hammer down on him at the 35, and that's going to be a loss of 1.5 yards. Actually, 2 on the stat book brings up second down and very long. Second down and 12. As 3 receivers now go out, split out wide left. 3 bunched together in trips. And this is going to be Holman rolling out, looking that way, throwing it down the field. It's going to be caught and spinning out of a tackle and finally brought down by Harvey, but not after the receiver drug Harvey for about 5 yards. And on the reception for Pilot Point was the sophomore Tyler Williams.
Cooper Aiken was also out there as well.
Now checking in for Pilot Point is the freshman, and he is a playmaker. The freshman is Jacob Pitts, and look out for him as he split out wide to the left. First down and 10, now at the Howe 47-yard line. And this is going to be a throw out left side. It's going to be caught, and that is the inside receiver down to the Howe 27-yard line, and that is going to be Hellman.
Dylan Moreau, Brennan Ross in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
That'll spot the ball at the Howe 27. And a new fresh set of downs as Pilot Point's on the move here. And running players in and out as now Kenny checks out and also Roy Brown checks out. Splitting out wide to the left now is going to be Tyler Williams. But a full house backfield as Holman goes under center. He's going to hand off to the first man through, and that's going to be the fullback, which is Taylor Barrett. Barrett comes in tonight with 16 carries on the year, 50 yards, averaging 3.13 per carry, and that is the end of the first quarter. Howe leads 7-0 here at Bulldog Stadium on senior night 2016. Back in a moment.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the 2 antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Tired of paying for channels you don't watch? Cavener Home Theater and Dish got you covered. The new Flex Pack lets you customize your own package. For $39.99 per month, the Flex Pack includes 50 popular channels plus an additional channel pack of your choice. You can choose from locals, news, kids, and sports. Give us a call, 903-892-3499, or go to CavenerTV.com. You can get the Hopper 3 DVR for only $10 a month more. Give us a call.
Welcome back. It's second quarter action time now here at Bulldog Stadium as we flip sides, and Pilot Point now drives towards that north end zone here at Bulldog Stadium at the Howe 26-yard line. Somehow got a yard out of that.
Got a yard.
They switched sides, and Pilot Point got a yard out of it. So second down and 9 coming up. And this is going to be Holman looking left side, throwing the ball. It's going to be caught and brought down almost immediately at the 22-yard line by Cooper Akins. On the catch was Brown, 5'9", 150-pound sophomore. I think he's bigger than 150.
Yeah, I think he is too.
They're going to spot the ball at the 23-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers up top, all bunched together. That's Kinney and Brown. They roll that way. Holman looking that way, throwing it across the middle. It's going to be caught and dropped. Incomplete brings up 4th down and a long 6 from the Howe 23-yard line.
Looks like it's in and out of the hands of Roy Brown.
Pilot Point's put together a 9-play drive here, but they're going to have to do something different. And they don't like to kick a lot, but they're going to try to do it here. Trying the kick will be Jamie Tavares, as the tee's going to be spot right at the 29-yard line, so call it a 39-yard field goal attempt by Tavares. Right-footed kicker, soccer style. The kick is up. Oh, it's long. It looks good, and it is. A very nice kick by Tavares. And the Pilot Point Bearcats are on the board. 11:25 left to go in the second. We'll be back right after this.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
7-3, Howe in the lead now after that field goal. 39 yards by Tavares. And here we are at 11:25 left to go in the second quarter. And he will try to bang this one away, and he does. Low line drive kick going to be taken at the 1-yard line. And I believe that's Mason Riggs. And he's trying to find a seam on that left far side. Finally does. Squirts 3 at the 35 and out of bounds around the 37-yard line. So Howe will start at their own 34 with 11:16 on the clock. Now, what Pilot Point just did was answer right back to Howe's long drive. Pilot Point went 10 plays and 74 yards and took 3 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock.
Yeah,
so the ball spotted actually at the 37-yard line. And here's the first down play. Toss right side, Mason Riggs trying to get to full speed, but falls over before he can cut the corner. But he will gain about 5 yards, 6 yards. Up to the 40, they're going to spot it at the 43-yard line with the nose touching the 43.
Roy Brown tagged him while he was down.
Yeah, that was one of those where Riggs was trying to go so fast and get it in high gear that he didn't go through the proper gears.
He missed a gear.
Fell down. Here's Riggs in motion. Handoff. Matthews. Big hole on the left side. Bangs out of a tackle. Still fighting. Has a first down inside Pilot Point territory at the 49-yard line.
Reagan Goetze and Eric Diago made the stop for the Bearcats.
Ball moving left to right as the Howe Bulldogs awaiting Ty Harvey to bring the play in. First down and 10 from the Pilot Point 49-yard line.
I wonder if Ty Harvey ever complained about having to do so much running.
I don't know. Here's a handoff. First man through Matthews very quickly to the 40 and escapes to the 35. Cuts it back inside to the 30-yard line. It's going to, I thought, be brought down there, but it takes, as usual, about 4 defenders to finally bring down Matthews. When his legs start going, they don't stop. And he pushed his way inside to the 26-yard line.
We do, however, have an injury timeout.
Harvey was a little slow getting up.
So a 23-yard run by Matthews, and Harvey is down. First down for Howe, but everybody taking a knee here as the trainers run out. Ricky Ake has been with the Howe Bulldogs as a trainer for 28 years, believe it or not. Got here in 1988 as the trainer for the Howe Bulldogs. He is there along with his son now, who's helping him out. That's how long he's been here.
You were in kindergarten, right?
No, well, I wish.
Well, you know, while they're doing this, Callisburg is 7, Whitesboro 14. Let's refresh here. Van Alstyne and Pottsboro are tied 7-7.
Well, again, Pottsboro's quarterback not playing tonight, injured last week in this game with Pilot Point, as Pilot Point's quarterback injured as well, obviously not here playing tonight in street clothes. But here is Harvey. He does get up, doesn't seem to be limping a whole lot, walking slowly, however, but he is walking off on his own as he's having a chit-chat with Zach Hudson right now as he comes off slowly. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Howe at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, him and Coach Hudson were looking eye to eye because how tall Harvey is.
5th play of the drive coming up. Seth Siebold will bring the play in now. 4-man front for Pilot Point initially, but now they move into 6. And this is going to be a handoff to Grisham over left guard, and he's going to be brought down after about a 3-yard gain to about the 21-yard line.
Colt Galloway made the stop for the Bearcats.
Give him more than 3. Well, they'll spot it at the 22, so a 4-yard gain. So 2nd down and 6 as Cade Courtney will bring the play in now. Now Courtney seeing his first time in a couple of weeks. First action. Chase Harvey goes to the line of scrimmage. He is the center, and he will snap it to Wall. Wall's going to hand off Grisham. First man through. Over right guard. Barrels his way to a first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. 8-yard gain for Grisham as he just hammers it down.
Colt Galloway made the stop for the Bearcats.
9:06 left to go before the half. Howe leading 7-3 here at Bearcats Bulldog Stadium.
Sorry, I threw you
off. Am I Sherman?
No, I threw you off.
1st and 10. Wall under center. This is going to be Riggs on the end around. Bowls over a defender at the 5-yard line. Finally brought down inside the 3. In between the 3 and the 4 as he's brought down by Brown.
First down results in the play.
11-yard gain for Mason Riggs there. Landry Elvington now brings the play in. And the Bulldogs getting close here to punching it in again at the 3-yard line. 8th play of the drive coming up. 8:34 on the clock here in the second. Wall goes under center. Handoff. Matthews over left guard. Fighting forward, did not get in. And may have got back to the line of scrimmage. They'll mark him at the 3.
Jamie Tavares and Jacob Pitts made the stop for the Bearcats.
8:15 and rolling here in the second quarter. Clay Marshall bends over a little bit. Tries to catch his breath. And now Wall goes under center. 8 minutes exactly on the clock. 9th play of the drive. Wall. He's going to keep it around the left edge. A beautiful call. Touchdown time in Texas. A 3-yard keeper by Brandon Wall. He was all alone. 7:51 on the second quarter clock, and Howe extends the lead 13-3. What a marvelous call.
Yeah, that was, they've run that a couple of times, just probably inadvertently run a play, and Brandon comes to the right. Nobody focusing on him. He's wide open. So let's try to run it the opposite direction and see what happens. Same thing. They don't focus on the quarterback.
9 plays, 67 yards, and Honeker's on for this PAT with 7:51 on the clock. And the PAT is up, and it is good. Howe leads 14-7, or 14-3 rather, here at Bulldog Stadium. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
The Howe Church of Christ is inviting all local veterans to attend a special Veterans Day breakfast to be held on Saturday morning, November 5th, starting at 8 a.m. A breakfast speech and special presentation will take place throughout the Veterans Day breakfast.
Plan to attend and notify the Howe Church of Christ at 903-532-6441. The Howe Church of Christ wants to thank all veterans for your service. A word from Douglas Propane.
We had received a call from Cable One back when Howe had the tornado come through. Their tower site back on the hill runs a propane backup generator. You know, my service staff got the call late in the afternoon. We tried to get up there and get the gas to it. The ground was too soft for our bobtail to get back there, so we put it in four-wheel drive, and we actually took 100-pound cylinders and transferred them into the larger tank to get them through until we could get the larger truck back there.
Welcome back. Howe does another 9-play drive, 67 yards, and it took 4 minutes and 24 seconds off the second quarter clock and extends their lead 14-3 here at Bulldog Stadium. Honeker's kick is going to be a high pooch kick and going to be taken at the 37-yard line. And again, that's Reed Riney on the fair catch. And Pilot Point, again, will start at their own 37.
Well,
7:51 on the clock before the half. And it's been a little bit same of what we had a week ago, except for Whitesboro or Pilot Point's not scoring nearly as fast as Whitesboro. That's the only difference. Howe's not getting it back as quickly, but when they get it back, they're taking all the time in the world and putting together big, long drives. Shotgun formation for Holman. Looks right, throws right. It's going to be caught by Brown. He's met and breaks out of a tackle. He's got a first down and more and barrels over another defender at the 41-yard line. A big gain there on first down as Roy Brown just ran over a defender. I think that was Ross. Ross and Hartsfield. I mean, you got to be something if you run over Ross and Hartsfield. So into Howe territory, and a big gainer there, 1st and 10. Under center, Holman rolls out, now wants to look backside. Throws the home run ball deep down the right side. It's going to be interference called on Ross. As Brendan Ross never looked back, he was trying to hit his receiver out there, which came out of the backfield, and that's Ty Hellman. And Ross was stride for stride with him, but he didn't look back, so they turned the flag on him, and that'll be a penalty, which will move the ball all the way up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of them penalties that you just hate to see.
15-yarder, 1st and 10. Under center goes Holman. I formation, rolls out. Under pressure, gets out of it somehow, but can't escape the rest of the Bulldog defense that's there, including
Cameron Blesseye,
who finished him off, but he had a massive amount of pressure coming from the right side. J.P. Queen
putting the pressure on.
So it'll be second down and 15 after the loss. It'll push the ball back to the 32-yard line. Call it a 4-yard loss, and second down and 14 coming up. 3 receivers up top to the right side, 1 down at the bottom, and that's the freshman. Look out, Holman rolling out right side, throwing it down the field, and it's going to be caught and driven out of bounds almost immediately after about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Well shy of the first down, and Ross was in coverage and on the tackle. It'll bring up third down and somewhere in the realm of about 6 yards. Ball spotted at the 25. Gain of 7. And it will be 3rd and 7. 6:45 left to go before the half. Holman drops back 1 step, throws out right side. Going to be in and out of the hands and incomplete. Right at the first down marker as Brown tried to go up and make the catch. He heard footsteps. The ball went right through his arms, and Ross was right there. It'll be 4th down and decision time and field goal kicking time again for the Pilot Point Bearcats, who will spot the ball at the 32-yard line, 41-yard line, or 31, making it a 41-yard attempt. And it is going to be, I didn't get as much of this one. It's going to be very close and no good. Just short And Howe will have great field position. Not great, but respectable field position. They'll spot it right about the 25-yard line.
6:34 on the clock.
So Howe now takes over at their own 25.
Bulldogs now have the ball at their own 25-yard line.
And there is 6:34 on the clock. And Tyler Grisham will split out in the slot near side. Wall, toss to Brent Masters, and he's brought down a great play by the defensive edge out there from Pilot Point, as Masters was brought down for a loss of about 3 yards.
And Reed Rowney made a good open field tackle.
Well, he just busted through his block and made great technique, made a great technique tackle, which will bring up second down rather, and about 13 after a 3-yard loss.
Six minutes, Monty.
And this is going to be first man through. Jaden Matthews carry up to about the 34-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but very close. About a 12-yard gain, but it's going to be just short of the first down. So a third down, it's a big key third down right here. If Howe can convert here, it's very likely that they could finish out the half on this one drive. But they need to convert right here. Wall under center, handoff Grisham, right side, first down, 39-yard line.
Tyler Grisham picking up
gain
the
of
first down.
5,
Penalty flag
and
thrown.
now a flag comes in.
Looks like it'll be unsportsman against Pilot Point.
That came in very late. It's one of those flags that's thrown very high and very late, and you know what that one is every time. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike against Pilot Point. As you mentioned, that's going to be an extra 15 yards.
Penalty is against Pilot
Point, which will move the ball inside Pilot Point territory at the 43-yard line. So now at the 43,
down,
or 47-yard line. Sorry.
47-yard line.
47.
Harvey checked back into the game.
That's good to see. First down and 10, left to right, go Howe. Man in motion is Masters, and they're going to give to him, trying to find that corner on the outside. He's fast, look out. To the 30, or to the 44-yard line.
Jacob Pitts made the stop for the Bearcats.
And now it will be the 43-yard line. I wanted to say 43 for about the past 2 minutes.
You wanted to say 42.
Well, yeah.
But they didn't get there.
They didn't get there. Hey, we're at 1 yard right here.
We're on 1 yard.
Need more than one right here, though. Second down at about 5. 4:42 on the clock and rolling here in the second quarter. Howe leading 14-3. The wall goes under center. This is going to be Masters coming near side. He's got enough for the first down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Taylor Barrett and Reagan Goat
picking up a first down.
Clock stops momentarily with 4:29 on the clock. Now it starts to roll again as they mark the chains and get them set. First down and 10. Wall under center, handoff Grisham. Over left guard, picking and choosing his way for about 5 yards, up to the 30.
Number 25, Tyler Grisham. Gain of 6 on the play.
Reagan Goatees and Raymond Lynch in on the stop for the Bearcats.
Gain of about 4 will set up second down and 6 with 3:57 on the clock. Howe wants to keep it this entire time and punch it in. Wall, handoff, Masters, left side. And he'll spin out of 1 and kind of fall backwards for another yard. And that'll bring up a Riverboat Gambler time in Texas. Third, or actually, is it third or fourth?
Third down.
It's third down, I'm sorry.
Second and 2.
So the ball spotted at the 27. Give Masters 3 yards there. I guess you can spot it at the 26, probably closer to the 26-yard line. Third down and short. Masters in motion, handoff right side. Matthews shot out of a cannon to the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Jaden Matthews picking up the first down.
He was blistered out of the backfield.
Made by number
Roy Brown made the stop.
7-yard gain for Matthews. Takes the ball inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. A penetration for Howe. First down and 10, 3 minutes exactly on the clock. Wall comes under center. 2 men in the backfield. Wall wants to keep it. Looking for a block. Runs right down the right side of the line. It's going to be caught right there. No gain, maybe a loss. They'll spot it. Well, they will say he did gain forward possession or forward progress. Got him to about the 17-yard line.
Tony Puga, Taylor Barrett in on the stop.
Timeout's been called. We'll take 1-2 back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Wall goes under center, and he's going to keep it up the middle, and he'll spin his way up close to the 10-yard line at about the 11. 2:38 on the clock as Howe's kept it now for over 4 minutes on this possession. And they'll spot the ball at the 12, a gain of 5 for Wall.
Zach Devereaux made the stop for the Bearcats.
You'd like to get points here. If you could extend the lead right here, you're in great shape. Handoff right side, Matthews fighting. And now being pushed back after he did gain enough to about the 7-yard line.
For the Bulldogs, number 5.
Matthews got 7 before he was driven backwards. And
Reed Riney and Colt Galloway made the stop.
Another timeout's been called. We will take 1-2 back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Welcome back, as I think we still have a little bit of time left before the team comes back out on the field. But, you know, this is one of those situations, Michael, where Howe leading 14-3, if they could punch it in right here, right before the half, and have somewhat of a large cushion and get the ball back to start the second half with an 18-point lead, that would be humongous.
Yeah, it would.
So, waiting on the Bulldogs to come back out on the field. 2:13 on the clock, and now the clock has started. Howe comes back out. Here we go. 2:13 on the clock. Wall, toss, right side. That's Masters. He's got the 10. He's met right there. Going to be driven backwards. Stays in bounds. 2:05 on the clock, and rolling.
Number 15,
James Tavares made the stop for the Bearcats.
They're going to spot the ball at the 10, so a 3-yard loss. 1:54 and rolling. Second down and goal from the 10. Wall on the reverse. Masters coming near side. Stops, spins, knocked down at the 10. No gain. 1:41 and rolling. Third down and goal coming up from the 10. 14th play of the drive.
47, Colt Galloway on the tackle.
Colt Galloway.
14th play of the drive. Again, just tremendous ball control for the Bulldogs, but they need to punch it in right here. 1:15 and rolling. Just before the half, leading 14-3. And this is going to be Wall for the football. Now he has to scramble, roll outside, throws it, heaves it in the end zone and out of bounds falls incomplete with a $1:04 left on the clock and a 4th down coming up. And now Mason Riggs and Bryce Honecker will come out on the field. And all of a sudden, this is a field goal game. 1:04 on the clock, and the ball is going to be, the tee's going to be spotted somewhere around the, what is that? 18,
17.
19-yard line. So a 29-yard field goal attempt by Honecker. In the middle of the field, Honecker's kick, long enough, and it is good. Howe extends the lead, 17-3 with 59 seconds left to go in the half. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action here at Bulldog Stadium.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Here's Honecker's kick. It's going to be taken at the 30-yard line and brought down immediately is Brown, and he was met
Andrew Griffin
by Andrew Griffin, and somewhere around the woodshed.
Met hard by Andrew Griffin.
Ball's going to be spotted for Pilot Point at the 32-yard line, their own 32. For Howe, it was a 14-play drive, 54 yards, and they extend the lead 17-3, 59 seconds left to go here before the half. 1st and 10 for Pilot Point from their own 32-yard line, moving right to left towards the north end zone. Shotgun formation for Holman. Looking near side, throws it to the swing pass out to Hellman, and he's going to be tackled by McQueen, by Queen. Shoestring tackle, but he kind of got out of that shoestring, and then it appears Bleside was there to kind of finish him off. 2nd down and 10 coming up. No gain at the 32-yard line. Holman rolls out right, throws it down. It's going to be caught by Hellman at the 38-yard line.
Brought down hard by Tanner Hartsfield.
26 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and about 4 coming up for Pilot Point. Trying to get in right before the half. The Bulldogs are going to get the ball to start the second half. Shotgun formation. Now Holman wants to run it straight up the middle. Got a lot of room, and he's got close to the 50-yard line to the 48-yard line. Not sure their timeout situation, and it appears they do have one left. They'll call it right here. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. We will take a quick timeout, be back with more Howe Bulldog football action.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Welcome back, as there is only 10 seconds left to go before the half. Pilot Point, you can imagine, is going to come up with whatever they have in the bottom of their bag right here on 1st and 10.
Yeah, and they're going to, they're going to dig deep.
Right at the 49-yard line, just shy, just a couple of inches short of midfield, as Holman will set up in shotgun formation. Harvey goes very deep and prevent defense right here. Three receivers up top, one at the bottom. Shotgun. Drops back 3 steps, rolls right, pumps. Now pumps again. Throws it deep down the right side. It's going to be intercepted at the 22-yard line.
Pass is intercepted by number 8.
Seabolt having the game of his life. The last game here at Bulldog Stadium, and that will leave 3 seconds on the clock before the half.
Run a play, or do you just kneel it, take what you got?
You just take this one to the locker room right here, I would imagine. Take a knee and let's go to the house. Leading 17-3 here at half. 1st and 10. And I believe that's what's going to happen. They may run a play here. Ball goes under center. They are going to run a play. And this is going to be Grisham running left side. Runs out the clock, but he's still going. And he'll gain about 12 yards up to about the 34-yard line. And what do I know?
And that's the end of the first half.
I don't know much because I thought they would just kill it right there. But that is the end of the first half, and a good one it was for the Bulldogs, leading 17-3. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football action.
What is Cavender Home Theater? Do we only do those big fancy media rooms? Heck no. We started in 1978 installing TV antennas. Guess what? We still do and get over 40 Dallas channels that way for our customers. Along the way, we had requests to install speakers, mount TVs, or install dish, so now we do it all. From hooking up a TV with a soundbar to whole house audio with all the bells and whistles. Visit CavenderHT.com to see all we have to offer, or call 903-892-3599.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
By the way, I've got some of those sawdust fried pies.
Oh.
So I'm bringing them tomorrow, wherever you guys are going to be tomorrow. I just forgot to bring them tonight because I was running late.
Oh, my goodness.
But I've got a sack full of sawdust fried pies. It'll cost you about 5 miles of walking. I know. I don't know. Stephen Braswell won't eat it, but
I will. I'm not going to be back.
I will too. I'll tell you what, they are good. I tried one, and they are really, really, really good. Michael, is this kind of what you thought for the first half that it would be?
Yeah, kind of. I thought it would be. I hadn't seen anything or heard anything on Pilot Point, so yeah, I thought that's kind of what I thought would happen.
Howe's only had 4 possessions, really 3, if you don't give them that last possession there with 3 seconds. So
right.
Howe's had 3 possessions in the first half. 3. Pilot Point has had 4. But we'll recap it real quick, and then maybe by the time this halftime is over, I'll have some numbers for you as far as play and time of possession and things like that. Pilot Point started the game with about, at their own 23-yard line, and drove 7 plays before Seth Seabolt intercepted his first pass of the night. That gave Howe the ball at the 41-yard line, their own 41, with 9:06 left to go in the first. Howe started off by driving 13 plays and 49 yards and capping it off with Tyler Grisham's 14th touchdown of the year, this one from 3 yards out. And Howe led 7-0 after Bryce Honecker's PAT. And they led that with 3:12 left to go in the first and took 5:53 off the clock while doing so. Pilot Point took the ball at 3:12 with their own 26-yard line, and they drove 10 plays, 74 yards down the field, and capped it off with a 39-yard field goal by Tavares. And that cut the Bulldog lead 7-3 with 11:25 left to go in the second as they answered right back with a 3-minute 47 drive of their own. Howe's second possession started in the second quarter with 11:16 at their own 37-yard line. And they drove 9 plays, 67 yards, and it was a 3-yard touchdown by Brandon Wall, which rushing is Wall's second touchdown of the year. And Howe extended the lead 14-3 with 7:51 left on the clock after taking 4:24 off of it. Pilot Point took the ball for the third time tonight at their own 37-yard line, drove to the 25 and missed its 41-yard field goal. I thought for a moment it was going to be, just a bunch of field goals in this game, and we really thought it was after Howe's next possession started at their own 25, drove 14 plays, 54 yards to the 10. Honaker booted through a 29-yard field goal, and Howe extends their lead 17-3, leaving just a tick less than a minute on the clock. Pilot Point took it, and Seth Siebold got his second interception of the night. That gave Howe the ball at the 22 line with only 3 seconds left. They actually did run a play. So,
yeah, that's the senior night you want.
Yeah, they are, really, the Bulldogs just completely controlling this football game. And we will let you listen to the band, as I believe it is the Pilot Point band coming on first, as they're getting everything set up. So,
what is that? A duck?
I'm not sure what they've got going on down there.
It looks like a duck.
There's a couple of costumes.
Yeah, a banana, a tooth.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. No, Halloween Monday.
Yeah, we might. Are we going to have a little thriller from the Howe band tonight?
I don't know.
I don't think we are, but you never know. It is Halloween, and Miss Liz can sometimes surprise you. And
she can.
She surprised everybody today with white roses, as we were told. We were told that we're not getting red roses because red is not a school color. I like that.
There you go. I thought that was pretty good.
I thought that was good too. And we'll let you listen to the Pilot Point Bearcat band, as we'll just leave it right here and leave it with you. We'll be back in a moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's halftime entertainment presented by the Spirit of Pilot Point, the pride of Bearcat Land, the award-winning Mighty Bearcat Band. This past Saturday, the Pilot Point High School took first division ratings at the UIL Region 2 Marching Contest, earning their 9th consecutive UIL First Division rating at Marching Contest. Drum majors are Caitlin Dane, J.L. Landaverde, and Daniela Medina. Section of the week is the entire band for their hard work and dedication. Tonight, the Mighty Bearcat Band would like to honor those who have served in the United States military, protected and gave the ultimate sacrifice for this great nation. Freedom comes with a price, and our servicemen and women put their lives on the line every day. Thank you for your service. Tonight, we will perform the entire 2016 UIL Marching Competition show entitled To Honor, Thank, and Remember, and includes selections from America the Beautiful, Salvation is Created, and It Is Well With My Soul, featuring a flute duet by Esme Lemos and Brooke Trotter, and a trumpet solo by Sammy Ramirez. and gentlemen, the spirit of Colorado, the mighty Bearcat Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Daniel Bartlett, assistant director Mr. Bruce Hahn, Mr. Joshua Donnelly, and television instructor Mr. Brandon Mullins. We would like to congratulate Howe High School for the performance at the URL Region 25 contest in the first division region. We would also like to thank all of our sponsors for the continued support for the Colorado Band program.
Introducing the 2016-2017 Howe High School Varsity Cheerleaders. Our captain, Aaron Andrew. Co-captain, Allie Morgan. Lieutenant, Kaylee Dwyer. We also have Jory Seabold, Lydia Hagan, Ashton Pelt, Taylor Hartsfield, Natalie Honore, Michaela Doty, Riley Potter, and Madison Kerr. Our mascot is Chris Blazak, our manager is Hannah Brown, and our coach is Pam Kirby.
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the Howe High School Marching Band, the pride of Howe. Each week, the directors recognize two students for their outstanding efforts. This week's Rookie of the Week is Michaela Hooter, and Bandsman of the Week is Kurt Friedman. And is under the field direction of senior drum major, Kaylee Dwyer. Tonight the band will perform their URL contest show, What Dreams May Come. Tuba soloist is Isaac Quirk and trumpet soloist is Greg Snyder. Drum major, is your band ready?
and that is your Howe High School Marching Band. We have a very special guest with us from a newspaper in Pilot Point, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Josh, go ahead and give me your last name as well.
Last name is Okeke. That's spelled O-K-E-K-E.
Okay.
That's
I like
right.
that.
I like what you did there.
Nobody ever does that, right?
They do it all the time, actually. That's all good.
I know. Hey, let's talk a little bit about this first half. But there's an interesting story with Pilot Point. A girl athlete on the team, obviously that's rare. Nobody ever sees that. What's the story?
Man, the story on that is Tana Tuane. She's a senior. She plays soccer, and she's actually related to the late, great Mark Tuane. And really the story behind that is that she showed interest in playing football for the Bearcats, and, she tried out, and really that was the moment that I guess the coach was just like, because when he saw the ball go so far and he saw it go through the uprights, he was like, okay, we got something here. Like, this is not just an average, tryout. This is actually a really excellent tryout. So we want to give her a shot.
Well, and football's in the blood, right? I mean, when Cousin is in the NFL, at least give the tryout.
At least, yeah.
So it worked out. Is she suited out?
She had a quad injury.
Okay.
About, I think, 2 weeks ago. Before that, she was playing just as much as the other kicker was. What they basically did was she would kick extra points because she had more of an accurate leg, and then Jaime, the other kicker, number 15, he would do the kickoffs because he had more of a stronger leg.
Right. Right.
But so that's basically kind of how it would go. They would split, extra points and kickoffs. But honestly, it was really kind of difficult because I talked to the special teams coach, and she had a stronger leg, and she actually kicked it the way that he wanted it to go. So whenever she went down with the injury, then the other guy took over. Jaime took over.
Right.
So yeah.
Wow. Well, let's talk about this first half. What are your thoughts here at Bulldog Stadium for the first half? That you cover Pilot Point, and we see the Bulldogs every week. So, what's your assessment?
I'm gonna be as objective as possible as I can. Honestly, as it's been all season, Pilot Point struggled stopping the run. That's just been something that's been hard for them to stop. And once again here tonight, that's the same thing. I don't think Howe's thrown the ball more than 5 times. I can count it on one hand how many times they've thrown the ball. So, if Pilot Point wants a chance to come back and win this game, they're going to have to find a way to stop the run because Howe is just dominating. I was looking at the stat sheet here, and they're gaining over 5 yards on first down every single possession that they've had in the first half.
Howe went to the slot T back in 2014. Since 2014, they've thrown the ball 48 times. So that tells you
in 2 years.
In 2 years, they do not want to throw the ball. So when you talk about 5 times tonight, that's
that might be
a lot.
Record. That might be a record. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh my gosh.
So it's but during that time they've rushed for over 11,000 yards in those 2 years. So it's a little bit of Howe's doing what they want to do, and I think obviously the injury to Quincy Kemp. I think that's a big blow to Pilot Point so far tonight. Anyway.
One thing I will say though. Coy, the backup quarterback, number 8, he's doing a phenomenal job throwing the football.
I agree.
They've been able to move the sticks and get good yardage, but what's killing them is that they have the time of possession. They're not being stopped on offense, so they're putting up points. So it kind of overshadows any of the good that Coy's doing because they're just going up and down the field. So Pilot Point's behind the 8 ball right now.
I think the key for Pilot Point, anyway, in this football game rests on this first possession here in the second half when Howe gets the football.
Absolutely.
And if Pilot Point allows one of these 10-minute or 5-minute drives, it's going to be tough for the Bearcats. But we'll see what happens. So far, it's been great. It's the first time Howe and Pilot Point's played since 1999. So,
really?
It used to be an old rivalry playoff situation, but that's kind of gone by the wayside in the last several years. But it's good to see Pilot Point back here at Bulldog Stadium, and I enjoyed the visit.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
a lot. We'll see you after the game.
All right.
All right, we'll be back with more Howe Bulldog action in just a moment here at Bulldog Stadium.
We will now have the drawing for the winning ticket for the athletic boosters. Sixth grader Hunter Hance drew the name of Roger Brown. Roger Brown, our winner tonight.
All right, Michael, we are back.
We are back.
It's a good halftime visit there.
It was. It was a good visit, man.
The only problem is, and I would like to thank my wife for bringing me a chili cheese Frito pie from the concession stand. Hello, concession stand over there if you're listening.
Yes, hello.
But here we are. We're back, and I've only eaten half of it. So
Wow.
if you hear any chips crunching and stuff, you won't even eat a cupcake.
Right. He did eat the cupcake.
Stephen
He did
Braswell
eat the
saying,
cupcake.
give it to me. Whatever.
He did eat the cupcake.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
Well, no one. Well, he's certainly not going to eat a cupcake and Frito pie.
Right.
As we are just about ready to get underway here. Again, Howe's going to take the ball here in the second half as they won the coin toss and deferred. So Tavares will tee this one up at the 40. Howe's going to be moving right to left to start this one. Howe has had the possession of the ball 15 minutes in the first half. Here's a high pooch kick. Brennan Ross calls for the fair catch at the 30-yard line, and that's where Howe's going to take over at their own 31-yard line. So, again, Howe has run 33 plays to Pilot Point's 22. Howe's controlled the ball for 15 minutes and 3 seconds, whereas Pilot Point's had it for 8 minutes and 57 seconds. So a big swing in time of possession again this week, as that's what Howe do.
That's what we do. That's what Howe do.
First and 10, right to left, man in motion is Masters. Wall, handoff, first man through, Matthews. He's got about 8, 9, 10 on first down up to the 42-yard line.
He come out on fire. Jacob Pitts and Reed Riney made the stop for the Bearcats.
First and 10 with Matthews shot out of a cannon. Now, we talked to Coach Elvington a moment ago, and he said we're just going to try to eat up this whole third quarter right here on this drive. But if you run for 11 yards on first down, you're not going to eat up a lot of clock. 11:36 on the clock. Just started here in the third quarter. Howe in the lead, 17-3. Everybody comes up tight, and this is going to be a handoff near side. Masters, he's running hard, and he's got about 7 yards near midfield to the 48-yard line.
Colt Galloway made the stop for the Bearcats.
Gain of 6 on first down, brings up second down and 4. Just shy of midfield by 2 yards. Heading from right to left at Bulldog Stadium in the last home game of the year. Senior night, and these kids have been playing on this field since kindergarten, some of them.
Kindergarten.
An emotional night for families. Handoff, Matthews, left side, right up the middle, darts to the right. It has another first down to the 42-yard line.
Matthews, number 5, picking up the first down.
Harvey
Reed Riley made the stop.
Runs in and out.
35.
And now Seth Seabolt will check into the game. 1st and 10 for Howe. As I'm telling you, this offense just loves to control the football. Handoff, left side Grisham. And he puts his hand out and finds some room inside the 40 to the 37-yard line.
Carson Blagg and Taylor Barrett made the stop.
A gain of 5 on the play. Fifth play of the drive coming up.
10 minutes on the clock.
Man in motion, Masters handoff. Matthews straight up the middle and finally brought down by Riley at the 34-yard line.
Bulldog first down.
Or Riney, rather. Man, Matthews, they'll spot it at the 24, so give him 13 yards on the carry, and Matthews just explodes on those carries right up the middle.
Yeah, he come out after halftime on fire.
Wall under center. Masters in motion. Wall wants to keep it right side. He finds a seam up to about the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 16, a gain of 8.
Brandon Wall, quarterback keeper, number 7.
Michael Walker made the stop.
Number 4, Jacob Pitts.
Probably a good kid.
Probably. He's too shy of 42 and the last name Walker, so yeah, he's probably a pretty good kid.
Probably a pretty good kid. Probably makes good grades.
Good grades.
Probably loves his hometown. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Handoff right side. Matthews escapes and darts out. Going to be close to a first down. His legs go underneath him. Very scary for a moment. He's going to be close to a first down at about the 15-yard line. Very close.
Taylor Barrett made the stop.
A gain of 1 officially. And no movement of the chains. It's going to be just short of it. Here we go, 3rd and short. Wall, handoff, left side, Grisham. And he's going to be close. And I think he's got it. It appears to be a first down, and it is at the 12-yard line.
Tyler Grisham.
Jacob Pitts got on the stop.
So Coach Elvington might have been right here when he said they were going to take up the entire third quarter. But there's 8:25 on the clock. Howe trying to punch it in to extend the lead right here just after half. Wall, handoff left side, Grisham, met, and then carries everybody else with him to the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. Tyler Grisham like a bowling ball. 12-yard touchdown.
Great job, Tyler Grisham.
Howe's lead is extended 23-3, awaiting the PAT with 8:10 on the clock here in the third quarter. Honecker on for the PAT. Ross to hold. It's on the tee. The kick is up very high and very good. Howe leads now 24-3. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
Extra point.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Church of Christ is inviting all local veterans to attend a special Veterans Day breakfast to be held on Saturday morning, November 5th, starting at 8 a.m. A breakfast speech and special presentation will take place throughout the Veterans Day breakfast. Plan to attend and notify the Howe Church of Christ at 903-532-6441. The Howe Church of Christ wants to thank all veterans for your service. A word.
Well, Tyler Grisham again, 12 yards just bowls over the Pilot Point defense, which caps off a 9-play, 69-yard drive. It took 3 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. 9 plays, 69 yards. Here's the pooch kick. Going to be taken at about the 35-yard line and brought down hard immediately.
Andrew Griffin.
Is Roy Brown, the sophomore, 5'9", 150. Griffin really popped him right there, and they'll start at their own 30, looks like 38-yard line.
You know, that was a good hit by Andrew.
8:08 on the clock as Howe takes the first 3 minutes and 50 to score. First down and 10 coming up, left to right for Pilot Point. Again, white jerseys, black pants, black helmets with an orange stripe right down the middle of the helmet with a double P on the side. Holman throws out left side. It's going to be caught by Brown, but brought down immediately, only 2 yards. And Harvey is right there to bring it down immediately. Give him 3 up to about the 40-yard line.
You know, I'm trying to convince Andrew's dad he needs to roll his mustache like Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. 1920s fireman.
Right, there you go.
This is a throw out left side. Andrew Griffin misses the tackle. Harvey brings him down, however. A gain of a couple up to about the 44-yard line is Hellman on the reception.
You know, that's one of them where he had an extra yard, but he tried to get away and cut back and lost a yard.
Give him 5, which brings up 3rd and about 3. Pilot Point needing to get to the 48-yard line. 3 receivers, all in a bunch to the near side. Holman looks that way and now wants to keep it right up the middle. Has the first down, and more is going to be brought down by Griffin, but not until after he moves into Howe territory at the 47-yard line.
That was a good shoestring tackle.
Gain of 8 yards and a new set of downs for Pilot Point. Inside Howe territory for the first time here in the second half. 6:43 and rolling here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation for Holman. Rolls left. Wanting to throw. Right-handed quarterback throws on the opposite side of his body. It's good and caught for about 6 yards by the freshman playmaker, which is Jacob Pitts.
Brought down by J.P. Queen.
So a gain of 6, and we haven't heard a lot from Pitts tonight, the freshman, but he is dangerous. Second down and 4 coming up. Holman drops back, looks right, now rolls left under pressure, fakes it, throws. Now he's under serious pressure and brought down for a loss. Big loss.
Flags on the play.
There are flags down, but for the moment, it's about a 7-yard loss near midfield. It's going to be a holding call against Pilot Point. So let's check and see what happens here as Coach Hudson's trying to assess what the penalty is going to be as far as how far back it's going to be. If it's going to be more beneficial to go ahead and decline it, take the sack, which was about 7 yards. It was a spot foul, so I don't know exactly how far back it's going to be from the spot. And that's what Coach Hudson's trying to find out here. What is more beneficial? And now Coach Hudson's not real happy with whatever's being said to him. He's not really liking the answer he's getting from the referee, Robert Malter. And now Hudson will walk back. He's still grappling a little bit. They didn't mark the spot where the sack was, apparently. And now they're going the wrong way. And Hudson has his hands, his palms to the sky. Like, what is going on?
Marked off against Pilot Point.
And now they'll start to move the other way.
Wow.
And Hudson's still got his left finger pointing out to the official at something. And now they spot the ball at the 49-yard line back in Pilot Point territory. And here we go. And this is going to be a handoff to the far side, rather. And kind of jitterbugging his way for about 1 yard is a new running back out there, Jeremiah Devereaux.
Cameron Burlesi brought him down. Yeah, I'm not real sure what was going on there.
So again, the ball spotted at the 49-yard line, and let's do it again. Third down and about 14, 15. Scoreboard says 15, 5:33 on the clock. And rolling. Third down. 3 receivers near side. Holman drops back 3 steps, looks across the middle, fires across the middle, caught, and brought down immediately is Hillman by Ty Harvey. A great play as Hillman was open, but Harvey closed the gap in a hurry. And that takes the ball to the 46-yard line in Howe territory.
9 yards for a
Ty Harvey's having a good game tonight.
So is Seth Siebold.
Yes, they both are.
So it'll be 4th down and about 9 for Pilot Point. A timeout's been taken. We will take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
From Douglas Propane.
My tenured drivers are 5 to 7 years, and then our combined experience, you know, the benefit of the era that we live in is the smartphone era. Any of my staff have the ability at a moment's notice to pick up the phone, and my drivers can call my service staff, and my service can call my driver staff, and everyone can get a hold of us. And then we have a staff 24-hour answering service.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back as Pilot going for it here on 4th and 9. Holman throws it out right. It's going to be caught. And looks like for a first down out there on the reception is going to be Rance Kinney.
That is enough for a
Cooper Akins in coverage, and it is a first down for Pilot Point. Ball spotted now at the 33-yard line. Big, huge there for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Rance Kinney, I've watched him several times tonight. He's good, got good hands on him.
So Kinney will come near side, split out wide right. Brown in the slot. And Holman will send a man in motion. Look out for the handoff here. And he will not get the hand, and it's going to be Hellman who was in shotgun formation. Sent Holman in motion, which is backwards that we've seen all night long. So Hellman now was running kind of a wildcat as he was in shotgun formation as the quarterback, not Holman.
I'm glad that's you having to decipher.
Into the game, and we'll see what they do. And he goes back to quarterback. 3 receivers bunched up on the far side. Holman under pressure, being chased down from behind. Ball's on the turf, and it was Hartsfield who caused it. And Cameron Blesseye comes up with the football. Hartsfield was on the blitz from the left edge, was chasing Holman down. Holman running it as if he was going to throw. Had the ball in his right hand. Hartsfield just knocked the ball out of his right hand, and Howe takes over at their own 35-yard line.
Great job, Tanner Hartsfield. You know, all these senior boys are playing even a little bit harder tonight. Great job, Tanner.
So here's Wall, and he hands off Matthews, and he's good for maybe about 3 on first down, just shy of the 40-yard line at the 38, gain of about 3.
Barrett made the stop.
Matthews,
the second down and about 7 coming up as we're under the 4-minute mark now.
Cade Courtney took the play in.
Wow. Riggs goes in motion, and Wall's going to keep it. Riggs gets a good block, and now Wall makes a cut. It's going to be close to a first down, a yard short at the 44-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play.
Carson Bagg made the stop on the play.
Well, Mason Riggs went in motion, and he cut the left defensive end. Wall was able to get around him, but then by the time he was getting to the edge, the linebacker scraped over, so he had to make a cut up the field, did so, and gained 6 yards. Here's 3rd and 1. Wall goes under center. Handoff right side. And that's Grisham. He has the first down and more inside Pilot Point territory to the 48-yard line.
Tyler Grisham, number 25, picking up the Bulldog first down.
So a big run there of 8. How many yards is that?
Third quarter,
8 yards.
Whitesboro 28, Kalispberg 7.
Make it 7 as they only give him the 49-yard line. So
Van
first and
Alstyne
10.
24, Pottsboro 10.
Uh-oh, did you hear that?
Yes, I did. I've been watching that.
Van Alstyne over Pottsboro 24-10. That's not great news for Howe as there's tiebreakers involved. Here is Wall rolling out near side. Wall under pressure is going to be sacked. The ball's on the turf at the 42-yard line, and Pilot Point has it. Pilot Point has the football. As Wall was going back under pressure, the ball just hit the turf, and Pilot Point has the ball.
Reagan Gilchrist made the recovery for the Bearcats. Roseville spotted on about the 41, 42.
Well, that's a ball you've got to secure. And Wall did not secure it very well. He was running backwards and just had the ball come out of his hand. Shotgun formation. Holman throws it out to Hellman. Brought down immediately. A great play on that right edge. And I believe J.P. Queen, another great play and a loss of 5 back to the 47-yard line. Great play on the edge.
You know, that Pilot Point's made some good passes tonight, but that was not one of them.
2 receivers either side. Holman drops back, throws out right side. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to find his man, Kenny, and he just threw it a little bit outside of his left arm. He tried to get his paw on it, come back to the football. Couldn't do it. It's 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, they seem to be rushing things a little bit. Howe's got them on their heels. They're trying to rush this along.
Exactly 2 minutes on the clock as it is stopped after the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 15 coming up. Kenny comes near side along with Brown and Hellman. And Holman drops back right side. 3 steps under pressure, throws it across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Pitts was the intended receiver, the freshman, and it was good coverage by Brennan Ross down the field at about the 25-yard line. So a 4th and 15 comes up now. And if you're going to go for it on 4th and 9 in this area, you would think you'd go for it on 4th and 15 here, but it appears they may punt this one away.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what will happen. So Tyler Williams, the sophomore, back deep to punt at his own 42-yard line is where he will stand. And it's a kick off the side of the foot. It's going to take a good Pilot Point bounce, though. Nobody back to return it. They had the punt block on. And it'll be spotted dead at the 12-yard line.
Roy Brown spotted it dead for the Bearcats.
So Howe now takes over at their own 12 with 1:45 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter, leading 24-3.
They spotted it. Is a good name. Is that good?
Spotted it?
Yeah, spotted it.
Spotted it. Spotted it.
There we go. I was struggling today.
So 1:45 on the clock. Moving right to left. Howe, man in motion is Masters. Handoff. Right side Grisham and a flag down. And now some extracurricular with Tyler Grisham and one of the Pilot Point Bearcats as somebody comes up a little bit gimpy now. But apparently it's going to be okay, and that is Chase Harvey, the center, limping a little bit, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Let's check the flag and see what's going to happen here. Flag down right at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be against Pilot Point. So move it up 5 yards. 1st and 5 coming up from the 17-yard line.
1:43 on the clock.
So we got an interesting score a moment ago, and this will kind of change things a little bit if this holds true.
Van Alstyne 24, Pottsboro 16.
Here's a handoff to Masters. To the far side, look out. He's got the 30. He's got a 45, And it's going to be brought down right around that area as Masters was shot out of a cannon. He has lots of speed, and he was out there in a hurry on that far edge as they'll spot it at the 46-yard line.
Van Alstyne on top of Pottsboro, 24-16, 10-16 in the third.
Gain of 29 brings a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and that is something. You know, Pottsboro's quarterback not playing tonight, but that is an interesting score. Here's a handoff to Grisham over left tackle, and he'll fall forward into Pilot Point territory to the 48-yard line.
Number 25, pickup of 7 on the play.
2nd down and 4 coming up for the Bulldogs as they have just entered Pilot Point territory again. Again, the Van Alstyne score, if Howe gets into a tiebreaker situation, you know, I don't want to do that math in my head, but you don't want to be tied with Van Alstyne.
No, you
because
don't.
they hold the tiebreaker. Here's a handoff and met hard immediately right at the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's going to be Matthews. And now a late flag in around Tyler Grisham.
We have a penalty flag thrown.
So we'll check and see what all this is. But, you know, last week Pilot Point and Pottsboro got into a fist fight as both benches cleared, and parents from Pottsboro were threatened to be arrested. And we hope nothing like that comes out here in this game. There's going to be a holding call against Howe. And they're going to move this one back. It was in the range of Tyler Grisham right at the 1st down marker, and this is going to be spotted back 10 yards from that, which was down the field. Only good saving grace for Howe. Ball spotted now at the 47-yard line, back in Howe territory.
Well, we hope we don't have none of those tonight.
Yeah, you don't need tempers flaring here.
After the penalty.
But what a ruckus it was last week with Pottsboro and Pilot Point.
First down.
2nd down and 9 coming up. Wall under center. Everybody tight. And this is Masters coming near side, picking and choosing across the 50 to the 49-yard line. So a gain of about 4 right there, and Howe's going to face a 3rd down and 5, or 3rd down and 6, now 5.
Ezekiel Treo,
Elliott,
Zach Devereaux.
Harvey under center, 3rd and 5 coming up. Wall going to hand off left side Grisham, and he is going to have his legs cut at the 47-yard line, and that is the end of
the
third quarter. And now some tempers starting to flare a little bit, and now a late flag comes in after that. Grisham and it looks like Colt Galloway have been kind of bickering at each other for the past 2 plays, and now a late flag comes in. Howe's going at the 47-yard line when we flip and come back, but it won't be there. It'll be somewhere else because there's a penalty, and we don't know who it's against, but we'll sort it out here in just a few moments.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Welcome back, as the penalty is going to be against Pilot Point. And they're going to spot the ball at the 32-yard line as they're switching sides now. We have entered the 4th quarter. Howe leading 24-3 here at Bulldog Stadium. And, 22-yard line.
I think we may pick it up and move it again. I don't know.
I thought it was at the 32 down here, but I guess
it was, but I don't know. We may move it again in a minute. I don't know.
At the moment, ball spotted at the 22-yard line. And I guess that's right. That's 15 yards at the end of the play. So Galloway is guilty of the personal foul for Pilot Point. Here comes the Bulldogs right back out on the field, now moving left to right. First play of the fourth quarter, handoff, and that's Grisham, and he lowers the shoulder and heads close to the 15-yard line at the 17.
Number 25.
5-yard gain for the first. Go ahead.
Colt Galloway and Tony Puga in on the stop.
5 yards for the first play of the fourth quarter. And Howe leading 24-3. Ty Harvey will bring the play in on 2nd down and 5.
I bet for the next 11 minutes and 30 seconds, Tyler Grisham and.
Here's a handoff, Matthews. He escaped from the right side back to the left, being slung down, but still Matthews does not go down.
Number 5.
And he makes his way into about the 6-yard line. Gain of 11 for Matthews.
Well, I figure Tyler Grisham and Colt Galloway will be spending a lot of time together the next 11 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds about right. Peyton Reagan coming into the game. And now Howe's knocking on the door from the 5. Man in motion, Masters, handoff, Matthews. And he's going to be stopped just short. A flag is down at the 1-yard line.
Jaden Matthews, the ball carrier. Penalty flag thrown at about the 5-yard line.
So let's check the flag as it's starting to get a little bit sloppy out there. Pilot Point clapping their hands as this one appears to be going against Howe. They're going to move it back. The flag is right at the 5-yard line, and that's where he started marking from. So apparently it's a holding call. It'll move them back to the 15.
Holding against the Dogs.
So now Howe, with their 10th play of the drive, is going to have 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. 10:46 on the clock. Left to go in the game, 24-3. Howe on top. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Handoff Grisham, left side, tripped up right at the line. Not much there, maybe a yard. 2nd down and goal from the 13 coming up now. And again, Howe doing what they want to do with this long drive. 11 plays on this drive.
Chase Hammer made the stop for the Bearcats.
So 2nd down and goal from, they'll spot it at about the 11, and the 11th play of the drive coming up. Seth Seabolt brings the play in. And again, we'll see what happens here. Howe has a chance to really extend this thing. Need to extend it right here. Wall under center. Man in motion is Masters. Handoff right side. Matthews nowhere to go. Brought down hard by about 3 Bearcats at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress. That was a yard loss.
Jacob Pitts and Tyler Barrett in on the stop.
12th play of the drive coming up. Seabolt coming back in. My, oh my. What do you got right here, Michael?
I don't know.
3rd down and goal from the 14. Masters in motion. Wall's going to keep it around the right edge. High stepping to the 10, to the 5. Brought down at the 1-yard line. No, he's in. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Flag.
Penalty flag thrown.
There is a flag, however, at about the 12-yard line.
I got a flag in the backfield.
And our spotter, Stephen Braswell, says chop block. That can be very dangerous. Those chop blocks are very, very dangerous. And that could, depending on where it is, getting out of field goal range for Honaker is a long way out, but this is going to push them back a little bit, quite a bit. And let's see where they'll spot this. It's going to be 3rd down still, but after a block in the back penalty, the ball is going to be spotted at the 22, so wipe off the touchdown.
Ball has been backed up to the 22-yard line.
So Matt Griffin has to leave the game because he has blood on his arm, apparently. So Zach Daniels comes in to take his place. And now Ty Harvey will bring the play in. Matthews in the backfield with Tyler Grisham and Brent Masters on third and a truckload. It's going to be a handoff. First man through Matthews. He escapes several defenders, makes his way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Reagan Gilchrist made the stop.
14th play of the drive, and here comes Bryce Honecker. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 22-yard line. So a 32-yard field goal attempt for Honecker. Ross to hold. It's on the tee. The kick is up. It's very high. It's very long, but it's no good. He pushed it right. Honecker misses as he pushed it right. A 32-yard field goal. And after a 14-play drive, Howe comes up empty.
Update on
Hey, put this in your little numbers monitor. 24-24.
Fourth quarter.
Pottsboro, Van Alstyne.
So Pottsboro answers right back quickly, 24-24.
Yeah, put that in your little numbers game.
Wow.
Whew, what are the... I don't know.
He can't tie.
Monty goes in into overload.
Yeah, that would ruin everything. Circuits would just bust if they tied. First and 10 for Pilot Point, right to left. 8:22 on the clock. Somebody moves up front. Low snap, dug out by Holman. He gets it off to Hellman. But Hellman, after the bad pass, everything was rushed a little bit there. And as soon as he makes the catch, he falls down, and that's a 6-yard loss. All the way back to the 15-yard line. 5-yard loss. And now that's what pressure does. When you're a defense and you can pressure the quarterback, you cause mistakes like that. First of all, it was a low snap due to pressure. And then Holman had to throw it in a hurry because it was a low snap. And he threw it bad, and the receiver caught it. And now here's a tip ball incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 15.
Dylan Moreau tipped that ball.
When he threw it out to his running back out of the backfield, because he was in such a hurry, it was a bad throw, which made the receiver reach down to make the catch, and he had to fall down to catch it. Just everything happened, and it started because pressure came up from the middle. Third down and 15. Holman drops back, looks right side, now towards the middle of the field, now comes back left, under pressure, throws it, heaves it, and it's going to be incomplete. Ross on the coverage, and the intended receiver was Tyler Williams. Williams was open for a moment, but Ross came right back, and it fell incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 15, and obviously punt time for Pilot Point.
Yeah, quarterback was a little slow getting up.
Yeah, he was under a lot of pressure there.
Negative.
No one is.
They're going to rush this one.
So here's the snap. It's back. It's going to be a high spiraling kick to the right side. Nobody in coverage for Howe. Takes a good roll for Pilot Point. It's going to be dead at about the 46-yard line. So that's where Howe will take over. Defense did their job holding on 4 plays, and now Howe will come back out on the field with 7:19 left from their own 46-yard line. Needing 54 yards here to score to really just put this thing away. You'd think, I don't know what they've got going on in Pottsboro, but it's not like this.
No, it's not. Yeah, this is the way we want it to go.
And the thing is, if Howe can win this game, they're in the playoffs. 1st and 10, left to right, handoff. Mason Riggs coming near side. Gets a great block, comes out to the 45, and finally carries a man on his back across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Reagan Gilchrist made the stop for the Bearcats.
Yeah, he was hanging on for dear life as he just jumped on the back of Riggs, and Riggs carried him for about 5 or 6 yards. 1st and 10 for Howe at the 38, moving left to right. Right at the 7-minute mark.
And Mason Riggs is sophomore and junior.
Sophomore, first and
Sophomore.
10. Wall, handoff. Riggs again, same play, right side. And this time about 3 Bearcats are waiting for him. And it'll only be a gain of 2.5 or so up to the 35-yard line.
Mason Riggs.
Taylor Barrett made the stop for the Bearcats.
Give him 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7 coming up. Grisham in the backfield along with Jaden Matthews and Mason Riggs into the game. And now Landry Elvington brings the play in on senior night. 2nd and 7. Wall, handoff. Grisham, left side. And he will lower the shoulder at the 32-yard line and go down right about there.
Number 25.
A nice pickup of about 3 yards, and Howe's in great shape to convert here on a 3rd and short.
David Caminero Jr. made the, Caminero made the stop for the Bearcats.
You know, Coach Elvington, who's filming this game on the deck, he is a very emotional man like some of us, and I know this game, seeing his son out there, has got to be an emotional moment for the last time on this field. Here's a handoff. Grisham, and he's got the first down and more to the 23-yard line.
The first down.
9 yards on the carry for Grisham, and he just moves the sticks again. I'd like to know what the number of first down conversions for Grisham is in 2016. It's probably amazing.
Probably.
You know, you're talking about Grisham who came into the game with 115 carries on the year. I bet 60 of those went for first downs. Here's Matthews, stiff arming to the right side, and is going to be brought down after maybe about 2 yards as it takes. You know, it's like when you try to tackle Jaden Matthews, it's like riding a bull. I mean, you have to really concentrate and grab on for dear life because he's going to sling you around like you're a bucking bronco.
Mikey Heimel's playing, checked in for Tanner Hartsfield.
Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. A gain of 1 on that Bronco run by Matthews. Handoff. Mason Riggs has to bump somebody out of his way as one of the offensive linemen were in Riggs' way. He just bumped him down, said, hey, get out of the way. I got a yard to go. And he did get that 1 yard. And it'll be 3rd down and about 7 now.
Spotter Stephen Braswell said he bumped into Connor Jackson.
No, I don't believe it was Connor. I don't think Connor's in the game. I think it was Mikey Heimel he bumped into. Well, here's 3rd down and 7. Regardless of whoever it was, there's an offsides penalty here. And now instead of 3rd and 7, it's going to be backed up to 3rd and 12.
Against the Bulldogs.
Looks like Tanner checked back into the game.
So back that one up, and we're at the 3:58 mark in the game. Howe just trying to kill this thing and let it go out to the house. 27-yard line is now where the ball's spotted. 26-yard line, rather, after the 5-yard penalty. Matthews and Grisham in the backfield. Wall will hand off to the first man through Matthews, a yard maybe. Now flags again all over the place. There's a gain of 2.
Matthews, the ball carrier,
to about the 25-yard line. Well, let's check and see what this one is. Clock stops with the flag at 3:37. Howe just wants to kill it, but they can't get out of their own way. But apparently this one's going to go against Pilot Point. Face mask.
Is the call.
You know, there's no more 5-yard face masks. They're all 15 these days. So that one's going to go all the way into about the 12-yard line. With all the flags, this was the 7th play of the drive. And Cade Courtney will bring the play in. Trying to kill the clock. 3:28 on the clock, and now it starts. Chase Harvey with the ball. Snaps it to Brandon Wall, who sends a motion man as Riggs. It's going to be Wall on the keeper around the right side. He's got the 10, and he's slung down at the 8-yard line. So a 2nd down and about 5 coming up, maybe 4.
stop for Bearcats.
Under the 3-minute mark now. Landry Elvington bringing the play in. Again, the last time these seniors will be under the lights here at Bulldog Stadium. Handoff. Grisham, left side. Not much doing there, maybe a yard.
Grisham, the ball
looks like
carrier,
to the 6-yard line.
Picked up by number 3, Reagan Goetjes.
So now at the 2.5-minute mark, House taking their time. 3rd down and about 4 coming up from the 6-yard line. They can get a first down here at about the 3. So here everybody comes. 15 seconds on the play clock. Handoff Grisham left side. Met at about the 2. He's going to be close to the first down. Just shy, I think. 4th down and short coming up.
Close to a Bulldog.
Right about the 3-yard line. 3-yard gain for Grisham. And it's 4th down and 1. Would like to get a fresh set of downs here and then just do whatever you want to. You can kneel. But it is a point situation. If there's a tie, you kind of want to get points in case there's some crazy tie scenario. You know, for seeding, you want to punch this one in. Wall is going to hand off to Grisham, right side. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas. And the Howe Bulldogs have basically punched their ticket for the playoffs in 2016 with that touchdown. With 1:35 left to go in the game, leading 30-3, awaiting the PAT. Honeker's PAT is up, and it is true. Howe leads 31-3 here at Bulldog Stadium with a $1:35 left to go in the game. A lot of people are leaving, but keep it right here. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as a very happy home crowd on senior night here at the Dog Pound, 31-3. Howe has completely controlled this football game. Here's a pooch kick going to be taken by the freshman. Look out. And he makes his way out to the 45-yard line, rather. And that is Jacob Pitts on the return. And he is very dangerous with the football in his hands. And they wanted to get that football in his hands, knowing where they were going to kick it. And Pilot Point will start at the 46-yard line.
Seth Seabolt in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Howe went 11 plays, 54 yards on the drive to bring our new score 31-3 and kept it for nearly 6 minutes. 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Holman, sends a man in motion. They're going to hand off to the right side, and a little bit of a running room, a lot of running room up to the 40, and a first down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line goes Reagan Goetjes.
Tanner Hartsfield looked like brought him down. Cooper Akins.
1st and 10 for Pilot Point, as they're just running out of time here, trailing by 28 with about a minute left. Holman, and now flags fly before this one can get underway. Illegal procedure.
Foul penalty.
Our spotter, Stephen Braswell, said it's going to be against Pilot Point's Jeremiah Devereaux. You know that chant, you can hear the chant.
Penalty being marked off.
That some of the cheerleaders were singing that Riley Harvey made famous a year ago.
Right.
I believe that we will win. Well, you're up by 28. I believe it too.
Right, me too.
First down and 15 now for Pilot Point. Right to left, shotgun formation for Holman. Drops back 3 steps, rolls right, throws it, and it's going to be caught by Kenny over on the far side for about 7 yards. And Cooper Akins was in coverage. I believe he got out of bounds with 1:01 on the clock. Apparently not, as the clock will now roll as the ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Second down and about 8 coming up. Pilot Point sends 3 receivers near side, 2 up top. Holman looks near side, throws across the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit the back out of the receiver out of the backfield, Taylor Barrett. Barrett, 5 catches, 38 yards on the season, averages over 6.5 per catch, but that one was a little bit low. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bearcats. Three receivers up top, 2 at the bottom. Low snap. Holman has to dig it out. Now he's brought down at the 35-yard line. And that has the clock now at 30. And I think Pilot Point is just content with letting this thing run out. Maybe we'll get another playoff here. 14 seconds on the clock. 12. 10. And Holman pumps right, throws deep down the field, a home run ball. Seth Seabold has another interception at the 8-yard line, coming near side, and now finally escapes up the far hash up to the 33-yard line. And ladies and gentlemen, your Bulldogs have won again at home by controlling the clock, running more plays, and hello playoffs 2016. 3 interceptions from Seth Seabold on senior night here at Bulldog Stadium. What a night he had, along with the rest of the Howe Bulldogs. A tremendous win tonight. Pilot Point, another good football team. These teams are so good in such a tough district that their records don't look that because of the competition they've been facing. Pilot Point, Whitesboro are very, very good football teams, and Howe just says no to both of them. A 31-3 win for the Bulldogs, and Michael, it's it's one of those things where every week it seems like this Bulldog team may just be getting better and better and better.
Yes, it is. They look good tonight, and they're on a roll to go into next week and take care of business.
We're getting ready for the Howe School song, and let's let you listen to that. Always a beautiful moment. And for the last time for the seniors here at Bulldog Stadium, and the last time we'll let Coach Elvington turn on the victory light. Hit that button right there. Just touch it. And Coach Elvington has turned on the victory light in his son's final game here at Bulldog Stadium on senior night. A big win, 31-3 here at Bulldog Stadium. What a night it has been. What a season it has been, and it will continue. A game next week at Callisburg to finish out the regular season. The Bulldogs have entered the playoffs. Smiles all around the press box, all over the field. We'll take a quick timeout, be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action on HoweEnterprise.com.
Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Welcome back as we'll wrap this one up. A very sweet 31-3 win here at Bulldog Stadium for the very last time for some of these seniors, and an emotional moment as they're all gathered on the field. Dale West is pumping his fist, talking about, pointing over there at Pilot Point, and that's a good football team. And I know that's what he's saying right now, is that's a good football team. And when Howe does what they want to do, it's hard to beat the Bulldogs these days. I mean,
right.
you think about the teams who's beaten Howe over the past 2 years. And you talk about Wascom and Pottsboro twice and Gunner twice and Van Alstyne, who obviously is right toe-to-toe with Pottsboro tonight. And that's what you're talking about. That's the kind of team that it takes to beat Howe these days. You're no longer worried about, your teams that come in here, and you're worried about an upset. I mean, you've got to be a really dominant team to come in here, especially